Just 24 hours and a massive crackdown. Two big breakthroughs for the security forces in just 24 hours. Hizbul commander and Burhan Wani successor Sabzar Bhatt was neutralized by the armed forces in an encounter in Tral. In Rampura sector, the security forces managed to eliminate 6 Pak-backed terrorists and stop the infiltration, foil the treacherous plot of Pakistan. Good evening, I'm Devina Gupta and that's our top focus. Saluting our brave armed forces who are on a strict vigil, and we are striking hard. 24 hours and 2 big operations that the armed forces have carried out in eliminating terror from the Indian soil. We get you all the live details from the ground. Joining me will be India Today's executive editor Gaurav Sawant from Srinagar, also getting you reports from the ground with my colleague Anindya Banerjee following the latest, and he's also joining us, and in the studio with us in just a short while from now will be Colonel V.N. Thapar. Let's first take you through the major achievement for security forces. Top Hizbul commander Sabzar Bhatt has been gunned down. He is the successor for Burhan Wani, and he's been eliminated by our security forces as well. Take a look at this exclusive report filed by Gaurav Sawant just a short while back through the day, and also reactions that are coming in. Also playing our report from Anindya Banerjee.
For the last night, when they intruded the Indian side of line of control, we engaged them, and the operation lasted for some time, and we were able to eliminate all 6 terrorists who were of foreign origin. A lot of warlike stores, as well as some stores like some food materials, medicines, and everything was recovered. However, the search operation and the operation is still in progress.
6 foreign terrorists killed in a fierce encounter along the line of control in the Uri sector. It's been a week of spectacular success for the army. Past 7 days, 12 kills at the line of control in the Baramulla division area. So you had 4 kills in Nogam, 2 Bat terrorists killed, and beyond the 2 Bat terrorists killed in the Uri sector, you also had 6 kills in the Rampur sector. The army says these are foreign terrorists armed to the teeth. There was a fierce gun battle that lasted several hours. The heat of the battle was for about half an hour to 45 minutes. That's the first encounter that took place. Technology came to the rescue of the army. There was technology, electronic surveillance that helped identify the terrorists even as they came in. The moment they crossed the line of control, the army spotted them, drew them into what is called the reception area or the kill zone. And in the kill zone, the moment the 6 terrorists came, they were neutralized. The arms, ammunition, warlike stores, they've been recovered. The army says this is just the beginning. This is just the initial few encounters that have taken place as snows melt on the peaks behind me here in the Uri sector. Coming months, intelligence inputs indicate the launch pads are now full of terrorists, and not just terrorists, but as Lieutenant General J. Sandhu, the Chinar Corps commander, told India Today, terrorists and Pakistan Army commandos, SSG commandos, training together and operating together. So along the line of control, in the coming months, more BAT operations where Pakistani troops and terrorists will try and mutilate the soldiers. But that is where India controls the escalation ladder. In case Pakistan does that, those posts that aid and abet terrorism will be punished. That's only for starters. Beyond that, in depth areas, armies mounting a series of operations to eliminate terrorists. So this summer of 2017, that threatens to be a volatile summer like 2016, the army and other security forces insist they will be on top of the situation. With cameraman Kirpal Singh in the Uri Baramulla division area, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
Also saying good evening right now to Colonel V.N. Thapar, who's joining us in the studio. But first, let's go across to India Today's executive editor Gaurav Sawant, who has been tracking the news. So Gaurav, the 3-year anniversary of the NDA government, and this is a straight message coming. No kid glove treatment anymore to Pakistan. We have bombed their bunkers, we've foiled their terror spots and plots, and now we are also targeting their proxy agents. With terrorists being neutralized in the valley, it seems that the army is going on for a full-fledged escalation to sanitize the valley of these Pak terrorists.
You're spot on there, Devina. The Indian Army mounted a massive operation, not just at the line of control, but also in South Kashmir. If we were to talk about South Kashmir first, Sabzar Bhatt was the second in command of a terrorist like Burhan Wani. He's been eliminated, and this was an elimination which was actually a textbook operation. India today has details of how this operation was mounted. When the 42RR, the 42 Rashtriya Rifles patrol was passing through a village, it's the terrorists who opened fire first. And the moment the terrorists opened fire, they thought that the army patrol would be injured. They would step back and the terrorists would move away with a kill. But on the contrary, the army immediately fired back. Not just that, the army, the CRPF and the Jammu and Kashmir Police Special Operations Group, they cordoned off the entire area. The cordon stayed the entire night, and this morning 3 hardcore Hizbul Mujahideen terrorists were eliminated, and this is just the beginning of massive anti-terrorist operations in South Kashmir that are going to begin to ensure that terrorists are neutralized.
Absolutely, Sabzar Bhatt, and it's a warning after he's been neutralized to the other Pak operatives in the valley. Well, let me also take this report that Anindya has filed. Anindya is joining us as well. He's filed this report from Tral, where Burhan Wani was neutralized by the forces. We witnessed unrest then amongst Kashmiri youth, which was fueled by Pak proxies in the valley. We're looking at similar disturbances that were reported today. We'll talk more about that with Anindya, but first let's play out this report.
We're about to enter Tral. The encounter is going on in Saimu, where at least 3 Hizbul commanders are being cornered. We believed that at least 2 of them have been gunned down this point of time. To give a sense that what Tral is, because this is the same place where Burhan Wani has been from. This is boards that are clearly written "Stop Killings." Also, it says on the left-hand side, as my camera person is focusing on, says "Go Back India." So these are the kind of sentiments. And remember, Tral has been an area which has been at the almost the hotbed of militancy. It has not only produced Burhan Wani, but Burhan Wani's elder brother, as well as the Sabzar, who is believed to be engaged in that firefight as we are speaking in Saimu. So clearly we are at ground zero and Saimu, and we'll keep updating about the situation as far as the encounter is concerned. But clearly the kind of sentiments resonated here among the people, and why Tral is such an hotbed of militancy. These posters, these lightings behind me shows and explains it. Reporting from Ground Zero Tral with Krishan Kumar, I'm Anindya Banerjee for India Today.
Burhan Wani's successor neutralized by armed forces. Anindya, take us through how was the situation on the ground today? Did we witness similar kind of instances that one saw when Burhan Wani was killed last year, this time round as well?
Well, it's too premature to say, Devina, but as far as Tral is concerned, it's extremely volatile, it's extremely violent. At least 1 person is killed, we are given to understand, is a civilian, because massive stone pelting ensured the military over there, along with other paramilitary forces, had to join in to, bring the situation under control. Even as we speak, the situation is not under control. But leave aside Avantipura and Tral, that area, other areas are relatively peaceful. There's an uneasy calm in Srinagar, entire Srinagar, but not one single incident of stone pelting so far. But the entire valley has been shut. We're also given to understand the Hurriyat has given a 2-day shutdown call from tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Also important to stress that from tomorrow it will be the beginning of Ramzan. Very interesting to see that what role does Hurriyat play. From that will determine also the kind of civilian casualty, if at all, will happen, and what will be the whether it will be a rerun of summer of 2016 as happened after the death of Burhan Wani, or it will be a relatively peaceful aftermath as after the death of Sabzar. Back to you.
All right, Anindya, already Hurriyat has given a shutdown call. Be with me because Colonel V.N. Thapar is here in the studio. So what's the strategy ahead now? Because we had seen Burhan Wani killing, literally adding fuel to the fire in the youth unrest in the valley. Do you believe this time around lessons have been learned? We've been more cautious?
No, it's been firstly, I must say that today is a singularly successful day for the military operations. These are pure infantry operations which have been carried out with great elan. And the kind of success that we've got, it is giving a signal that now it's not going to be the same way in which we were dealing so far. This is a very good CASO action, that is the cordon and search operation, conducted with copybook precision and teachings. Now, while this operation was going on, prior to that, the Pakistanis, their handlers, they were on WhatsApp groups giving them all kinds of instructions, giving the local people all kinds of instructions that they should rush to these, this particular spot where the operation was going on and start pelting stones. Actually, they said, you know, that our people have been caught in such and such building. You go around there, everybody should go around and start throwing stones and help them exfiltrate, get away from there. But that was prevented, and in good time we were successful in eliminating the terrorists. So now it is quite clear that the soft approach that was going on so far is not going to be any more the order of the day. We have a twin responsibility. One is along the LOC, which is always there, the prevention of anybody coming in, and then the second one is in the valley, get hold of these people, neutralize them and prevent them from exfiltrating. So that's the twin challenge in front of the Indian Army.
Yes.
I must say that today has been a singularly spectacular performance.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. And Gaurav, that's where you've also followed last year when Burhan Wani was neutralized. Is there a difference in operation that you see this time round by the military, given the kind of political sensitivity Burhan Wani's killing had, or it's just an iron hand approach, no compromise when it's about national security?
Well, as far as the national security issue is concerned, yes, terrorists, the moment they are spotted with weapons, they will be eliminated. That's the message, that's loud and clear. But, you know, the center and the state, they appear to have learned several lessons from last year's Burhan Wani incident. Lesson number one, last year when Burhan Wani was killed, the funeral had a large number of people assembling there, and that is where tensions flared up. This time, we'll have to see what kind of a funeral is permitted by the state government. Last time, WhatsApp groups, internet, that was, you know, functioning freely. This time, there's an instant clampdown. There are restrictions. It may not be called a curfew openly, but there are restrictions in place in terms of assembling of people. Point 3. Point 4, security forces are already deployed in large numbers. So the stone pelting that had started last time, that stone pelting to a very large extent is curtailed this time. So there are several lessons that have been learnt. Also, security forces and the state government, they've already reached out to people. They're containing that. So several lessons learned, some implemented, but it's still too premature to congratulate, you know, the state government on the, pat them in the back. Because next 48 hours, extremely crucial.
Absolutely. Colonel Thapa, you want to make a very quick point?
I want to make a point that this success shows that there is a very good coordination between the intelligence agencies, between the law enforcement, the army and
I think
the police.
They've been able to get their cohesive act together. Absolutely on that point. Last point to you, Anand. We're heading into a very short break time. But since you are at the spot, which is very, very sensitive at the moment, now what are the findings and what are the strategy that you're seeing on the ground that's being deployed at the moment by the state administration?
Well, the immediate thing is that the internet was clamped down. I couldn't reach out to office. My WhatsApp wasn't. I couldn't get through WhatsApp or any other medium. There's a medium called VPN, which generally the locals use. Even that had not come to the rescue this time. So definitely they have worked on that as well. Another thing that's very crucial that Gaurav has mentioned, that the army has not only ensured that it was a successful operation, but immediate after the conclusion of the operation, additional forces of the COG of the J&K police as well as the CRPF have reached Tral, and particularly Suimui, where the incident has happened, to make sure that stone pelters are, first they have been warned and then they have been cracked down, and that's what happened. That's why we have a civilian death. So clearly a lot of cautions are being taken, but we always have to say that next 48 hours will be extremely crucial. We have to wait for that 48 hours.
Major
and only
salute.
then we can give the pat behind the back of the government, state government.
Absolutely. Major salute for our brave armed forces for carrying out this operation and defending our nation. Next 48 hours, as Gaurav is pointing out, very, very critical to see what will be the fallout now of Burhan Wani's successor, Sabzar Bhatt, who's been neutralized by the armed forces. We'll get you a ground report. Our reporters are there getting you minute by minute update in spite of the challenges that are there on the ground. Thanks Gaurav, Anindya and Colonel V. N. Thapar for joining us.